room 6 teacher is here, I believe, and me and her are going to do this lesson, these fill in the blanks together today. So, Bushra Saiba, are you ready?
Yes, Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam. Okay, now I can't see the time. My screen is playing up today because I have 2 screens, you see. I have and half of the stuff's on the other one. Anyway, so Bushra Sahiba, would you like to tell us what we have done this week? Which topic did we cover this week? Let's remind our students today.
So today is week. This week is week 17, and today is 4th day. So we're gonna revision up the Qalqalah about
Yes,
of Qalqalah. We're gonna revise the Qalqalah letters.
excellent. Yes. So normally 10 to 6. So we've got 4 minutes, and what we do is we get a student to read the quote for us, and then some fill in the blanks. And how about Bushra Saiba? If I say unmute a student, I'll give you her name, and you can ask her to read 2 points for us, or the quote as well. So students, raise your hands if you would like to read the quote and the first point as well for me. So 13 hands are raised, and I am going to choose. Now I can spot Farhanda because she's changed the font, very nice font. And Humail from room 5 has made sure he's got lots of emojis and stuff, so I can spot him.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam, Humail. He's one of our regular students, and he wanted to be spotted today. What emoji have you got? Books?
I've got rainbow flag.
Oh, I couldn't spot the rainbow shape, but never mind. Very good. Okay.
Excuse me.
G.
I've written my ID wrong. I'm in room 7, not 5.
Humail is in room 7. All right, you can rename yourself later. But Bushra Saba is going to ask you to read the quote for us. Is that right, Bushra Saba?
Yes. Assalamu alaikum, Humail.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam. How are you, beta?
Good, alhamdulillah. How are you?
I'm good, alhamdulillah too. So start from here.
Okay. The basic requirement and the key to our spiritual development is to cultivate the habit of reciting the Holy Quran and ponder over its meanings. Hazam is a Tahir Ahmad, Friday sermon, 4th July 1997.
Jazakallah. So this one is cultivate. So Hazrat Mirza Tahir Ahmad Radiyallahu Ta'ala Anhu. This one is from the Friday sermon. So it's about you have to make a habit to read the Holy Quran every day. Jazakallah, beta. Would you like to read the first option as well for me?
Yes, please. There are 5 letters which produce a bounce when read as sakin.
And can you read this one as well? The letters?
The second one?
No, the first one. Qaf.
Oh, there's the letters above.
Yes, please.
Okay. Qaf, Ta, Ba, Jim, and Dal.
Jazakallah, beta. So you have to, and there are 5 letters which produce a bounce when are read as sakin. So when there is sakin on top of the letter, then you have to make a bounce on this letter. That's called Qalqalah. Okay, Jazakallah, beta.
Okay, Jazakumullah. Now I'm going to send a request to another one. And Bushra Saba, unfortunately, we're only going to have 1 minute for that student. So let's have a look. I have got, oh, someone's got a heart. Let's choose that student then. So I've got Safa from room 8, and she's got heart emojis next to her name. So she really wanted to be spotted today. Walaikum salam. Because you're very faint. And can you come near to your device? Bushra Saiba, can you hear her?
Little bit, his voice is, I think.
Yeah, she seems quite far away. Okay,
Yeah.
but I'll try your hard, and we'll try to. Bushra Saiba will ask you.
Okay. So, Assalamu alaikum, Safa. Can you read the second option for me?
ba, jim, and dal.
And the third one, please.
They are known as huruful qalqalah, meaning the letters of bounce, shake, and jerk.
And you want to try fourth one as well?
Yes. The qalqalah, the quality of the cream, thickness, and turkey thinness should also be manifested when articulating qalqalah letters with those attributes.
So Jazakallah, Safa. So you have to is like this. لقد خلقنا الإنسان في كبد. So you have to, when you are applying the huruful qalqalah, so you have to remember that you are applying with a thick. When there is kaf, when there is dal, so you have to remember when they are applying laqad, ka is going to be thick and dal is going to be thin, because dal is thin letter. Like this, kabad. Okay, smile the face, smile, and then you can read the kabad. Okay. So what about the fifth option? Would you like to read for me, please?
The acronym Qutbujaddin is made from huruful qalqalah.
Jazakallah. So this one is just a made up word. It's like when they are going to join, like qaf, ta, ta, ba, jim, and dal. So it's called Qutbujaddin. This is just a made up 5 letters of all together when they are going to make made ups. So this is called the Qutbujaddin all together. Okay, so Jazakallah, very well done.
Jazakallah.
Okay, Jazakumullah Bushra Sahiba for taking part today in our session 10 to 6. And mashallah, you read beautifully this example and a beautiful ikhfa there. And Jazakumullah to our students. Now it is just over 6 o'clock. And I believe today we have our student from room 8, Imrana, who's doing tilawat. And if Farah Sahiba can kindly show the right slide. I do apologize. My Zoom doesn't behave very well sometimes. And today is one of those days, unfortunately. Ugly slide, please.
Okay. Sorry, Rakshana Sahaba, आप मुझे बता दें कि ये वाली slide ठीक है? ये वाली?
This one, yeah, that's the one. So, Imrana Bete, are you ready to recite today? And is it definitely your turn?
Ji.
Excellent. Okay, students at home, when she takes a pause at the end of a verse end, please recite after her then, so you get a very good practice of Qalqalah. Okay, Imrana Bete, start when you're ready. Start with Tauz for me.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد.
Jazakumullah Imrana Beta, that was amazing. You've done an amazing job. Beautiful, beautiful Qalqalah. And your ID is C4. So, mashallah, you're a young student. And you have you recited beautifully with lovely voice. So, Jazakumullah for that. Now, we are in week 17. And did we have, Farah Sahiba, do you remember if you had any C8 students reciting their surah in the main session, or C5 students by any chance? We don't think so, do we? I don't think so. So Lajna and my C5 students, don't be shy. You've got 3 weeks. Give your names to your teachers. Now, we're very nice. We don't pick you up randomly in the main session, do we? So we give you opportunity. Now, I've got a student whose name is just C. Okay, so please display your correct ID. Otherwise, you won't end up in the right class. Okay, so Today is Thursday, so last day of week 17, and we don't learn any new rule. We're going to go over what we've done this week, and I have underlined in purple. So Thursday we have a purple color. We're going to just I underlined these because these are going to be bounced. Okay, so like I said in the main lesson yesterday, that we said that certain letters, when they are sakin, we bounce them. However, these are not sakin. But because of the verse end, we said verse end is the sunnah of our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. We are going to stop here and we're going to put a sukoon on top, and then we're going to bounce them. So we're going to say ahad, swamad, yalid, lad. Okay. So jazakumullah. Afra Saiba, you can show me the next slide now, please.
Right. This one?
Yes, please. Okay, so normally, one another thing, there's been a change, little change, and quite timely basically, because normally we do a quiz on Thursday. We will definitely do a quiz, but you will not get options on your screen. I will ask you to raise your hands because firstly, it's a very short quiz, only 4 questions. And secondly, in week 13, before you broke off, only 70% of you took part in the quiz, and it takes a lot of effort for us to prepare the quiz, get the poll ready, load it and everything, but just over half of you took part. So we want you to be just as keen as you were the first time for me to run those polls again for you. So if I see 102 hands raised today, including my lovely teachers, I will run a poll next time. Okay, we'll run a quiz that way again. So listen carefully, and then you need to raise your hands. Qalqalah, Arabic word qalqalah. What does it mean? Bouncing, shaking, jerking. But what are we bouncing? What can we shake? What can we jerk? We are talking about the sounds of certain letters that are bounced. Remember, the sound of a letter is bounced. Okay, and do we do that for all the sakin letters? No, only 5 letters. Okay, and when they are sakin, we bounce them. What are those letters? Next slide, please. Let's have a look. We've got qaf, ta, ba, jim, and dal. Now then, we have already learned the qualities of Arabic letters. We said that out of 28 or 29 letters of Arabic alphabet, majority are light letters. 7 are permanently tafkhim letters. Qaf and ta are permanently tafkhim letters, meaning when we pronounce them, we make our mouth rounder, we make the sound heavy. Okay, and so to achieve the thickness or heaviness, you have to make your mouth rounder. Don't let the air out. So in Arab, I give the example of when you see something nice, you say, "Oh, how cute," right? AW sound. So that's what you're going to think about. Call them your cute letters, okay? And the rest of the letters, I call them smiley letters or happy letters, because when I pronounce a ba, I'm smiling. The lips move to the side, and that's how I let the air out. And I can achieve, excuse me, without coughing, I can achieve the lightness in pronunciation. Ba, ta. Okay, so here, ba, if I put fatha on these, it'd be ba, ja, da. Okay, so that's how we achieve the correct pronunciation of those. Now, what is Qutbu Jaddin? What does it mean? It doesn't mean anything. It's a made-up word, or we call it acronym, made up of all these 5 letters so that you can remember these letters. Okay, you may be asked in your exam, what is a made-up or the acronym for Huruful Qalqalah? Okay, when I say Huruful Qalqalah, it just means letters of Qalqalah. Harf is 1 letter, huruf is plural in Arabic. So how do you know the questions that you can get in your exam? You check your fill in the blanks. Those are the potential questions. Okay, the wording might be different. In exam, you may not get a question on it, but you may get a question on it. Okay, so have a look at your fill in the blanks and make sure you go through them and you can answer them. Okay, so remember, Qutbu Jaddin is the acronym or a made-up word for of these letters. When they are sakin, we bounce them. And yesterday I explained why we bounce them when they're sakin, because we almost lose the sound when we stop on them or when they are sakin. So that's why we give it a little bounce to make their sound prominent. Okay, next slide, please. The next slide will be a quiz one. Okay, students, I hope you were listening. My first question to you is, what does qalqalah mean? So raise your hands if it means stopping at a letter. I'll be counting the hands. 10 of you think it's stopping at letter. B, bouncing certain sakin letters. No, then Zoom is very good. It tells me which students are see it. Lajna, please aap bhi haath khada kare. And so 35 of you think that it's bouncing certain sakin letters. Okay. Excuse me. So 37 out of 100 students think that is B. 37 of you. And C, bouncing mushaddad letters. How many do you think means bouncing mushaddad letters? 19 of you think. Okay, the numbers are quite worrying today because it means bouncing certain sakin letters, and 37% of you got it right. Now let me see. Good, no teacher's hand is super. All right, please do participate in this. Right, the next slide, please. Next question. How many letters of qalqalah are there? Raise your hands if you think it's 6. Okay. So raise your hands if you think the answer is 7. And finally, raise your hands if you think the answer is C, 5. All right, my lovely teachers, room 17, room 4, room 5, Jazakumullah Hasan al-Jaza, who else? Room 1. If you're happy for me to name you next time, I will. You raised your hands. The rest of the teachers, you can also participate. Okay, Jazakumullah. So 40, let's see how the teachers are doing. Come on, teachers. All right, then you are setting example for your students. Okay, you are also taking part in this quiz. You're raising your hands as well. All right, so the answer is indeed C, 5. There are 5 letters of qalqalah. Okay, next question is on next slide. Question 3. The letters of qalqalah are A, Ya, Nun, Mim, Waw, Lam. Raise your hands if you think that these letters are letters of qalqalah. Okay. Oh dear me, 3 teachers think it is. You're scaring me there. Okay, B, right, let's see. The letters of qalqalah are B, Qaf, Ta, Ba, Jim, and Dal. Is it B? Oh, well done, teachers. You raised up the number, haven't you? Super. So all of our teachers, majority are going for B, and my Lajna students, majority of my Lajna students, my C5, C6, C5. Come on, C5 boys. Only 3 of you have raised hand. So 50% of you, 50 out of 100 have raised hand, think that it is B. So you are right, absolutely right. Now, final question. Okay, my final question is, letters of qalqalah are always bounced, regardless of the sign they bear or carry. Is it true or false? Now, all it means is that those letters, Qaf, Ta, Ba, Jim, and Dal, are always bounced, whether they have fatha, kasra, dhamma, or they have sukoon. Is it true? So raise your hands if you think it's true. Let's find out if you think it's true. Okay, now then, raise your hands if you think it's false. So this question tells you that it really doesn't matter which sign the letters carry, we bounce them. All right, so most of you, 49%, 49 hands have been raised. and you think it's false. It is, because they must be sakin. The letters of Qalqalah must be sakin for those to be bounced, okay? Otherwise, we don't bounce them. And that was it. So, Jazakumullah Hasanul to teachers who joined in and students who joined in. And next time, most of you, I would like you to take part. It means that you are listening in during the week, okay? This quiz tells me that you have paid attention and you are able to answer the questions, right or wrong, regardless of what the answer is, okay? So Jazakumullah for your participation. Now you're going to go in your breakout rooms, you're going to revise this, and you're going to have a reading practice, and then come back, and Adira will finish with a prayer, and we'll choose a student at random to read the translation. So Jazakumullah for listening, and ITQA office, we can now go into our breakout rooms. Jazakumullah.